Hey y'all, welcome to Live to Fly. Welcome back for any returning subscribers, and welcome to anyone who is new. Today we are going to be digging into, well, not so much digging in, but I'm just going to talk a little bit about creating meaningful connections. And you'll see me like kind of look this way a lot, as I will be looking at some of my notes to ensure that I do not miss anything. So let's move right on ahead. So, first, what are meaningful connections? And just meaningful connections are the joining together with anyone who is of importance to us, anyone that holds significance in our lives, anyone that is someone that we may even look up to. So, this can be a relative, maybe a coworker, a mentor, and a leader figure in our lives. And so I wanted to first begin by reading some actual definitions for the words meaningful and the word connections. So, the definition for the word meaningful, which I had retrieved from the American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language, 5th edition, if anybody cares about all that information, it means to have meaning, function, or purpose. This is for the word meaningful. Showing or conveying meaning, especially without words, having a meaning or purpose, or having significance. The definition of the word connections, which I retrieved from the Cambridge Dictionary, states that it is a state of being related to someone or something else, the act of joining or being joined to something else, which I also think it can mean being joined to someone, or the part or process that makes this possible. It is a feeling that you understand, like, and are interested in someone or something. Let me read that one over. Connection, a feeling that you understand, like, and are interested in someone or something. So, as stated earlier, we can conclude that meaningful connections is the joining together of something or even someone that is of importance to us, someone that adds purpose to our life, someone that is significant. And this individual is not necessarily someone that is simply telling you what you want to hear. So, what is the importance of meaningful relationships? Why do we need to have meaningful connections? And I'll just name a few. This is not an exhaustive list. This is just a handful that I would list off to you. So, having meaningful connections or relationships can help you broaden your perspective. Why? Because as you get to intertwine with people that are on different levels than you, have different upbringings, different backgrounds, you will be able to get a gist of different ideologies, different perspectives, and in which you will be able to gain understanding, and also hopefully gain some type of empathy, develop empathy, I should say. So the first one is it can help broaden your perspective. 2, meaningful connections or relationships can also foster personal growth. It can 3, create a sense of purpose and belonging, which is something that many of us hunger for as human beings. Belonging, even as adults. It is not just something that children yearn for. It's not just something that babies cry for. It is something that adults long for, even into the older years of their lives. Connection is a powerful piece that they want. And also, it facilitates emotional intelligence. So, in gist, emotional intelligence is the way that someone can manage their emotions. It is their ability to use and also understand their own emotions, and as well as those emotions of the people that are surrounding them. Being able to manage these things in a positive way. It can also promote better communication and conflict resolution, which is one of the things that we need. Conflict resolution, those skills. Important, because how many of us are so used to what they call popping off at the mouth because we just get triggered. And I'm not talking about PTSD triggered. I'm talking about because somebody gets on our nerves, or somebody agitates us or irritates us. Immediately, the first thing that comes to mind, we lose these foul words or thoughts that come from our mouth. And maybe some think about it before they do it, maybe some don't, but sometimes people don't care. How are you managing your emotions? How are you responding to others? So this is a time to put up your mirrors. I don't have a mirror with me. Let's do this figuratively. Mirrors up is what I call this. So before we think about or dive into forging meaningful relationships with other people, what I love to do is for us to look at ourselves first. That is it. Let us look at us first. This segment will be looking at how is your relationship with yourself. And so in this portion, you can ask yourself questions like, what you can look at is, are you someone that clings to others, attempting to gain a sense of importance? You may think, why is this even important? What does this have to do with forging relationships or forging relationships with myself? Well, sometimes we as people run away from things that we need to work on. We run away from pain. We run away from challenges and struggles and hardship. One of the things that we have challenges with is with ourselves. The development piece. The piece that needs to grow. The things in us that needs to break and be broken off and to grow. These are the things that we get to focus on now. I hope y'all are ready. So, pay attention to if you are someone that clings to other people. And even on the opposite spectrum, are you someone that avoids connecting with people? Are you someone that is okay being the loner or the lone wolf? Okay? There's a reason of why we behave the way we behave. Do you seek validation from others, waiting for someone to tell you who you are? Do you stand on your morals and values? Are you compassionate? Do you call yourself out of your name? And by that I mean, do you call yourself anything that is disrespectful? That your mom or your dad or grandma, auntie, whoever may not be so keen to hear you call yourself or anybody else. This may be hard for some of you to hear, but that's something I really want you to ask yourself. Do you hate yourself? Do you dislike yourself? Do you love yourself? And do you like yourself? Do you know who you are? So it is important to know where you are in this process. And I want you to know that your journey is not and should not be about anybody else. What you discover about yourself is not to prove to anybody that you are this, that you are that, and you are not what people have called you all your life, or you are no longer this way and that way. It's not for them, it's for you. It is for you to go to the next level. It is for you to be better than you were before. It is to be better for those who are connected to you. It is to be better for those that you serve, better for your family, better for yourself, and to prepare yourself for spaces that you are meant to be in. This is for no more mediocre and toxic relationships. No more mediocre and toxic life. One more thing. Well, not one more, but in addition to those things, remember, if you don't already know, you are the teacher to those who you are connected to, meaning you teach others how you want to be treated. You set the standards by what you do, how you do it, what you say to yourself, and how you treat yourself. There is that golden rule. And if we were in person, I would ask you, what is the golden rule? The golden rule says, treat people how you want to be treated. There's a scripture in the Bible that says to love your neighbors as yourself, which is in Matthew chapter 22, verse 39. In these sections, in these lines, there is reciprocity, which means there's a give and take. So before you rush to deal with others, we will first deal with ourselves. It's not so much about pouring from an empty cup anymore. We're not there anymore. It's time to progress and move on past the baby stages. We cannot continue to say, I'm pouring from an empty cup, I'm pouring from an empty cup, because some of our cups are not empty. Some of our cups are full of nasty stuff, of, let's just leave it there. Some of our cups are not empty. Some of the stuff that we pour out is foul. And we don't want to keep doing that. We don't want to do that to us. We don't want to do that to other people. So let us deal with ourselves first. It is your responsibility to go through whatever process you need and face yourself. It is nobody else's responsibility to respond to you the way you want to every time. That's your responsibility. Do not become upset with someone if you didn't do your part. Teach them, show them. If they don't get it, do your part, move on. You don't gotta stay. So as your eyes become clear and you begin to do the work, you can operate in clarity and not be uprooted by your emotions. So in this unmasking process, you get to know what's real, and hopefully you can sift out everything that is not helping you grow, everything that's not helping you elevate, everything that's contrary to what you have been created to be, and even thoughts that are contrary to the success that you would envision for yourself. But sometimes it's hard to see vision when your eyesight is not clear. Let's get it clear. So in this, learn to stand and to not be moved whenever the wind blows, or not to be moved whenever you get riled up, to not get moved whenever you feel sad. Be like a planted tree, and even then, be mindful of where you are planted and where your roots, what soil are you rooted in? There it is. Okay, so now coming to the end, coming to the close, I want to say take inventory. Take inventory of who you really are, who you actually are. I know that there are some people who are on different levels. Some people may be level 1, level 2. Some people may be at a level 7. Whatever these levels are, we haven't distinguished them, but that's just an example. Some people are at different levels in their development, whether it's in their personal growth or personal development. But I do want to give you an assignment. So, of course, this will be more beneficial. I can't say more beneficial, but it will be great to do this with you guys in person, but that's not happening right now. But so far, we're going to do this on video. So I want to give you guys the assignment. You can do this in your spare time if you actually want to take part of the process of doing the work. This is to give you an idea or give you a glimpse of where you actually are in this process. So hopefully it isn't too much. However long it takes you to do it, just make sure you do it, but don't take 100 days to do it. Okay. So the assignment is to write down what ticks you off. This could be what makes you super angry, what makes you very irritable, what is something that makes you want to blow your top. That's the first thing. And you don't have to do these. These are not in specific orders. This is just how I wrote it down. So write down what ticks you off. Write down what moves you to feel sad. Write down the things that you cannot stand. What are deal breakers for you? Write down your deal breakers. Sometimes deal breakers are like, or things you can't stand. Maybe I can't stand when people smack gum. That's an example. Another example can be, or a deal breaker could be, I don't want to be in association with someone that disrespects their mom and father. That can be a deal breaker. Or someone may say, I don't want to be around people who smoke. What are your deal breakers? And be honest when you do this, okay? How do you feel when someone lies on you? And how do you respond? And how have you responded in the past if this is something that has happened to you? Do you have standards? And do you follow your standards? I think this is very important to know what your standards are. What do you tell yourself when you mess up? When you make a mistake? When you don't do something as well as you feel like you ought to have done? What do you tell yourself? What are your internal thoughts? What is your mind saying to you? How do you feel when you accomplish a goal? I really want you to feel this too. What are the emotions that you feel? What are the sensations that you feel in your body? What do you like about yourself, if any? And what do you dislike about yourself, if any? And lastly, what are the top 3 things that keeps you distracted? So, there may be a long list, but I want you to do the top 3. The top 3 things that keeps you distracted. What is keeping you bound from getting things done sooner rather than later? So hopefully this assignment gives you an idea of your perspective of the world around you and also the perspective of yourself. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you actually do this assignment, which I hope some of you do, let me know how it goes for you. I'm looking forward to your growth. I'm looking forward to your feedback. And yeah, let's grow from here. Let's do it. All right, until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. Be honest with yourself. It's time to grow, not just elevate. This is not just for us. This is for our legacy. This is for the future. Let's do this. And this is for you. Of course, this is for you. But it's for everybody's going to benefit from your transformation. So until next time, have a good day, and take care.